Alright guys, welcome back to the Asian Persuasion channel. Today, we're going to be talking about why I do YouTube. YouTube is actually a hobby of mine that I always wanted to start up, and I finally got the, what would you call it? The courage to start up YouTube, the courage to get on cam, the courage to start learning how to edit and doing other things and stuff like that. Now, the reason I do YouTube and I don't really advertise my YouTube and I don't do like the typical YouTube-y things like, put my Twitch out there. Well, I have a Twitch, I just don't use it. Put my Facebook, all my socials, blah, 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 stuff like that out there is because it's just a hobby for me. It's just a hobby. I'm not trying to make money. I'm not trying to, really pop off. But if it happens, it happens, that's perfectly fine, and smoking, I smoke on YouTube because it's just, it's a big part of my life, I smoke for medical reasons, like I've mentioned in other videos, like I smoke for chronic pain, I smoke for fatigue, I smoke for, there's so many different things I smoke for, depression, anxiety, content. I smoke for content too. Like, smoking is a social aspect, like I've said in many of my other videos, that some people don't like that social aspect, but other people are like, yeah, like let's have a smoke, let's smoke together. The Asian Persuasion channel was gonna be all about actually, I didn't really know what it was going to be about, to be honest with you. I didn't really know. I didn't really think about it. I just kind of rolled the dice and was like, we're going to see where it goes. It's going to be more like a vlog type style of content. And, I've always watched video game people play FPS shooters on YouTube, and I was like, maybe I'll do video games, maybe I'll do COD or something like that. But that's not what it turned out to be. That's not what my channel is really all about. It's more about the smoke, it's more about the medical issues, things of that nature, than the gaming. Gaming is something, again, that I enjoy. That's a hobby for me. And it should be fun. Gaming should be fun anyway. So I feel like, why do it as something that people are gonna be able to criticize you for? Or just do it for fun anyway, and that way people can't criticize you or say anything. I don't want any of that smoke. We want the weed smoke over here. We want the weed smoke, not the gaming smoke. You know what I mean? We can be competitive, yeah, but that's not what gaming's really about. It's about having fun. It's about chilling with the homies, So that's why I really don't gear the channel towards gaming. Even though a lot of people love gaming, a lot of people love FPS shooters, a lot of people love stuff like that. But I know a lot of people love smoking as well, and that's a big part of my life. And I know it seems like the smoke content's kind of the main content, but honestly, it's more about my mental and physical health issues. That's what it's really about, because that's why I smoke. So that's really what the channel is about. And like I said before, I do YouTube as a hobby. I don't do it as a business. I'm not trying to make money, donations and all that. That's not really the first thing I think of when I pull up the live stream. I'm thinking we're gonna have a good smoke today, fellas. We're gonna have a good smoke. So I just want to throw this out there. Why I do YouTube? Why YouTube, Asian? Why didn't you start up a Twitch? Why didn't you start up a TikTok? Well, I'm not really into the brain rot. I'm not really into Twitch, and I'm not really in this for any of that. I'm just seeing where YouTube takes me mainly. YouTube, the platform. I'm not trying to advertise on any other platforms. I throw my name out there every once in a while, say like and subscribe, follow the Asian Persuasion when I'm playing games every once in a while. But really, once people come onto the channel and they see what it's really about, that's when it's You know, is this the channel for me or is this not the channel for me? You know, because we can get into some pretty deep things on the channel. We can get into some pretty deep conversations on stream. And some people that may make them feel very uncomfortable, you know, but that's the channel for you. That's life with chronic illness. And I do a video every week about therapy. Like, I kind of open up and do like a mental health sesh every week. Still include the smoke, still include the you know, the weed, the cannabis, you know, that aspect of it. But we get into some pretty deep topics, some topics that people don't like to talk about, and you know, that can throw some people off. So, but again, that's a big part of my life. You know, that's another big part of my life. That's why I do this as a hobby. You know, that's why. You know, because I'm not trying to follow the YouTube algorithm, that's for sure. YouTube algorithm's just dumb. It's dumb, you know. But I just wanted to throw all these things out there. I wanted to get it out off my chest, you know. People always throw it out there like, Asian, you should advertise. Asian, you should do this. Asian, you should stream on here and do this and that. And I'm like, well, maybe. But I appreciate every single one of you that have liked, that have subscribed, that have watched, that have tuned into the streams, that have kept me company on the streams. You know, I greatly appreciate you guys. And yeah, it's gonna be a great journey, guys. It's gonna be a great journey. We're gonna do some fun things. I got a lot of things planned for this channel. Alright, so I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you like the vibes. Alright, and I'll catch you on the next one.